I'm Barbara Kane, Vice President of Worldwide Creative. I am pleased to present the coveted BMI Pop Song of the Year Award to The Bones, written by Maren and Laura Veltz. This hit single spent 52 weeks on the Billboard pop charts and has achieved massive success across multiple genres, which is matched only by the transcendent power of its lyrics and melody. Our congratulations to Maren and Laura as we invite you to enjoy their very personal exchange as two friends, as collaborators on the writing of The Bones.
You had the title for this song, which started with it being very literal, like the bones of a house, because you were looking at houses.
Right.
And your realtor said, the bones are good.
Yeah, she kept saying, it's got good bones. And she has a cute little accent, so it made it extra cute. But yeah, then I brought that in to Maren and Jimmy, and I think it was always intended to be a metaphor, but yeah. I think that's the beauty of country music, is like how to make it not feel like cheesy and still be a metaphor.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a perfect metaphor because I had just gotten engaged. So when we wrote this song, it felt like almost a pledge to, almost a vow in a way. It's vowy.
That's really sweet and true.
And we were building something like already as the three of us as writers. Like we've written on all of my projects, but this song is obviously the one that catapulted further than any of us thought it could go.
Yes.
And I just love that it really did start with a song idea that you heard while looking at houses.
Yeah.
It's just like the most basic thing. And I think that's why it has become so relatable, because it is about the structure of a relationship, like a house.
I agree. And Jimmy was, I think, having a baby, or just found out they were pregnant or something. So we were all in these weird pivotal points in our lives. And I feel like the song just kissed that experience, because it was like we were all feeling a version of building a house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We both started out as just solely songwriters here in Nashville, writing for other artists, and you still are doing that. And that's how I came to town. Was I didn't really want to be in the spotlight. I wanted to write for other people. And so I think, just over the years, I've met so many of my close friends through co-writes, and you being one of them, where it's like a blind date and then you meet each other and you hit it off. Sometimes you don't, but luckily for us, we did. And, I have great partnerships with writers on my records even that, I'm not super close with. We just have like mostly a professional vibe in the room, and we still get great stuff. But then it is so nice with a song like The Bones to, stand on stage and accept, Song of the Year with people that, like you and Jimmy, that are my friends. It does make it more fun that way, I would say.
I agree, and just knowing each other's kids, like we've all been a part of these hugely pivotal
You were in my
points.
wedding.
Yes, my children were in your wedding.
Yeah.
My son sprinted down the aisle. It's just our friendship dates back so far, and Jimmy as well. It's just such a nice thing to share that with this experience with people that you love, and then the song is weirdly significant in that way too. It's like building a community. I mean, that's all we're really doing as songwriters. And it is funny looking back and thinking, you not being an artist is an inconceivable thought to me now, but it is weird that that's how we met. Yeah. I just remember thinking, what a great songwriter. And Ryan would just say, oh, you got to meet this Maren girl. And I was like, I can't wait. And then you're on my calendar, and then I saw you at the Belcourt Taps
round,
and I was like, who is this bitch? I loved you. I was so intrigued, and it all just tumbled out from there.
Yeah, I know. It ended up like being one of, two of my closest friends that I can bring out on the road to write, even though I hate writing on the road. It feels like such an obligation, but not with you guys. But
we've made it fun, but I can see it's a little crammed, but Maren always makes that pretty chill. We do yoga, we have juice, we write a song.
Yeah,
it's good.
We wrote The Bones actually at home.
That's
and I
true.
think that's so apropos with a song like The Bones being about home and building a home, and to not be on my house on wheels. It was nice to be home to write that one. I feel like it makes it easier.
I agree.
You've had more number ones than me, I think, at this point. So maybe you should start of like all the songs in your repertoire that you have gotten to ring the bell on, or just that you're proud of? I mean,
this one's extra special, and it's probably, a little more COVID related than I would like, but I think everyone being so crammed in their homes and feeling lonely, and then having to maybe wrestle out some deeper issues with your spouse, or having to, believe in America again in a weird way. I feel like this song resonated. The world, and I think we're all still a little bit questioning, what the hell are we doing? I think we're still in a little bit of a state of that, but every time I hear the song, I think about someone hearing the lines that you came in with, which were, we're in the home stretch of the hard times. That's such a hopeful thing to say. You're obviously hoping that, you don't know it for sure, but I think that is why the song resonated and why it's one of my favorites of my work, because the world sang along and it was the perfect time for the song.
I have nothing to add. That was beautifully said. I think the first big win for the Bones was winning Song of the Year at the CMAs. That was the first time I stood on stage accepting an award for a song, the writing of a song. And also, I have I appreciate it being the BMI Pop Song of the Year. That's huge because we just live in our Nashville bubble, and we love it, obviously, but for it to translate to the pop awards and the songs that have won Pop Song of the Year the last 30 years are just insane. So to be in those ranks is already crazy. But no, I think at the end of the day, and I've been very fortunate to take home hardware at award shows, Song of the Year in any capacity will always be the GOAT. It's a bunch of other writers, and we all critique each other so much when we hear our songs on the radio, and you're like, oh, I would have written that differently, or, oh man, I wish I had written that. I'm jealous. And you're just so proud of your friends that do well and just master this craft. So when they give it up for you, you did something good. Because we're a proud bunch, these writers.
It's true.
Yeah.
This one is such a metrics-heavy thing, too. I mean, this is about math, and this is about demand and airplay, and it's math in a way that accumulates, because when you do have a song in country, and then it's adding up in this weird way that, of course, we didn't anticipate. I certainly didn't. I was in complete shock when I received this news, but then counting it among, I think the thing that's really been sobering is looking at what has won that award before.
Yeah.
And the one for some reason I am hanging on is Night Fever. I can't process that we're in the same family as Night Fever. That is I can't handle that. And a million others, but
I know.
I think just the fact that, you can look at your song in a list and it will never not be in that list is really special.
Yeah, it feels historic.
Yeah.
Because there's 50 number ones on our country chart a year and less so on the pop chart. But I feel to have a song that lasted so many weeks, it feels like it's sort of cemented its place in time. And I think even though it was the time of COVID, this song, I know for me, brought so much hope and healing, and then also just seeing other people say that it helped them in some small, significant way.
I feel that too.
Yeah, it's just you don't get many of those in a song lifetime, so you I really hold on to it tight.
There's also the reality that very few country songs have actually received this particular award.
Yeah.
So it is a very rare and special, kind of rainbow for us. So I'm proud.
Me too.